Okay, so we've gone over buttons, we've gone over nav bars, but one thing I haven't actually talked about at all is the way we use text, which we call typography. Here's a little insight into some of the things you can do with typography. You can create headers, you can bold your text, highlight your text, strike through your text, italicize your text. You can even create nice little quotes right here. Now, I took some of this from the Girls Develop It curriculum, so you'll see they take quotes from Beyonce, obviously, and it looks fly. You have this nice little blocked out quote, some cool little headers on the top and bottom. Let's see exactly how they did that. So I'm going to go to Bootstrap right here and scroll up a little bit and click on the content button right above components. In the content section, you'll see one labeled for typography. Go ahead and select that guy. Now, there's all kinds of things you can learn about typography. And I'm not going to go into all of them in this video because it's just nowhere near enough time. You can see there's different size headers here automatically. And you can look at the different headers. There's display headers with faded secondary text. Giant displays if you want to really make some huge and call attention for the user. There's lead text that just stands out a little bit. You have different kind of inline text like strike through, underline, highlight, etc. And you have abbreviations. This one right here, block quotes. Block quotes with a source is the one we're going to use right here. So just go ahead and grab that block quote. Grab it. Copy it. You can click on the copy button too if you don't want to take all your time highlighting. And just paste it directly below this div with the buttons. Just right here. Boom! Paste it in. Now you'll see it doesn't quite look that nice yet. There's really no separation. And I think they look better with a horizontal rule on the top and bottom, which just means a line that goes all the way across the page. To get that, you type in HR, just like that. And it'll create this little line that kind of separates some content from another content. HR's, horizontal rules, when applied correctly, can add some nice styling to your page. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this lorem ipsum Latin, and I'm going to replace it with some Queen Bee, if that's okay with you guys. And if it isn't, too bad. So, Queen Bee, I think, as the text goes, okay, ladies, now get information. Okay, ladies, I slay. Something along those lines. Did I get that right? Let's make sure. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. I slay. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. I got this one. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Oh, I slay. Excuse me. How could I forget that part? Okay, ladies. Now let's get information. Let me just make sure. Yep, that's it. Queen Bee would be proud. And let's make sure to cite her. Not someone famous. Beyonce. In formation. Beautiful. And just make sure the title is formation too, just so they know. There we go. Look at that. Now I have a quote. Looking too fly. So, with typography, you can do a couple different cool things, but these are some of my favorite. I'm just highlighting things that I find to be pretty sweet. You can replace this with whatever quote you want, however you want. Feel free to customize this to your heart's desire. Pick your favorite song. For real. Enjoy. I'm not grading you on the quality of your quotes, so don't worry. So again, there's so much about typography I could go into. I'm going to let you guys explore that on your own. But what I really want to get into, the stuff that I enjoy the most, are Jumbotrons and cards. Jumbotrons are these things right here. And they're basically a giant section to call attention to whatever you want as soon as the user gets into your page. So a Jumbotron is actually the easiest to make of all of them, I think. You literally just give a div with the class of Jumbotron right there, and you can put whatever you want inside it. Now, I like to make sure that I style my things according to what's going to draw the user's attention the most. So let me show you how I would go about doing that. Inside the Get Bootstrap page, go back to Components. At the very top, find Components. There we go. Click on that guy and find the Jumbotron one on the right. In the Components section, there should be a section labeled Jumbotron. See all this Jumbotron stuff right here? They actually give it to you automatically. Just copy that. Copy that and paste it right into your code. Automagically, right? That is the theme of the Bootstrap lessons. Automagically. Copy them, go to your HTML, and literally, actually, let's put it at the very top, right below Astor is life. Find the H1 for Astor is life, and paste in your Jumbotron. Just like that. Now you'll notice a couple things here. The first is that this Jumbotron, right here, it's big. You get some big text, some leading text, another horizontal rule, some more text, and a button. Okay? Now we've learned how to make buttons, button primary, button large, so I don't want to explain that one too much. There's a little bit of typography to make this giant display. You just give it a class of display 3 or display 2 or display 1 to make them even bigger. But we're going to go with display 3 for now. You have leading paragraph. You have horizontal rule, another leading paragraph text that gives you the button. So it just calls more attention. But there's one thing about this that I just don't like that much. You ready? Let's look at a bigger screen. If we refresh this, we'll see that this Jumbotron extends all the way across the page. And that actually is not my preference. I really do not like to do that very much. The main reason is because if I want to call attention for the user, I want to make sure my content is centered, so it's where they look at right away. To do that, you can just surround the Jumbotron with a div with a class equals container. Just like that. And if you do this, you'll see that immediately the Jumbotron is centered. It doesn't take up the entire width of the page. And it just looks pretty good. So if I refresh this, the big screen right here, ta-da! That's what you'll see Jumbotrons looking like most of the time. Now there's all different kinds of things you can do with Jumbotrons. You can put a big hero image. So there's a giant image that covers most of your page. You can have the hero take up the nav bar also and have the nav bar be transparent so that it's see-through and you see right to the image. There's a ton of things you can do with this, and Jumbotrons are super versatile. I probably employ them in almost every website I use to a certain extent. But Jumbotrons are meant to call attention to a part of your page, so don't use them all over the place. But if used correctly, they can really make your stuff look nice. Now, we haven't applied any additional color stylings or anything here, so don't worry about that for right now. But this video is getting a little long. I'm going to wrap it up. I'll paste this code into Slack, and let's talk about cards, card groups, and font awesome icons in the next video.